So yeah, where was I? The weed. The weed!
Don't stare at me, girl.
So yeah, I don't know, I just remember that feeling of impending doom, because I saw my mother smoke her life away. Like, my mom ended up, she was never a hard drug user, but you know, she would miss family's functions because she lost hitting the bomb. She wouldn't be able to get out of bed. She would get depressed. She couldn't clean the house. Like, she would pawn things for rest in peace, Mom. This is a real story. Like, I saw the addiction, even though it was just weed, you know, prevalent in her life. And so that day when I came home from school, I just had this feeling. It was one of those things, actually, I've never actually incorporated this part into my story. It was like fear and excitement at the same time. Because I was like, this is a way for me to get in and start getting away with shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's always that thing in the back of my mind where I'm looking for, you know, a way to manipulate, a way to, you know, get away with something. And sure enough, like, you know, it wasn't long after that where I remember the day perfectly. You know, I was actually hadn't really used a lot of drugs or alcohol at that point, I think. But I remember I convinced my mom that I'd been smoking all the time, that like, that I was smoking before I ever got to Montana. And she kept saying, Mina, I don't want to do it with you because, you know, I did it with my mom and I resent her and I don't want you to turn out like me. And I just couldn't, I don't know. So I remember the first time that I ever smoked weed with my mom, and that, it was literally, the progression was awoken. Like, it was crazy. You know, from that point on, you know, me and a couple of my friends, I had a really, you know, a core friend group in that time. They were always over at my house. We're going over the IGA. We're stealing 40 ounces of Old English. You know, we're drinking. And, you know, at first it's on the weekends. And at first it's just like, you know, I could drink half a beer and I'll be good. Pretty soon, you know, I'm puking. I'm blacking out. I'm getting into fights at school. I'm getting kicked out of school. And, you know, and I'm pretty much running over my mom every chance that every opportunity that I have. And what I can tell you about those years is that it progressed so fast. I wasn't drinking alcohol and smoking marijuana for maybe a year before I started using meth intravenously. I was a full-blown IV meth user.